currently 12:14 the next day, and I totally fell asleep last night reading the Addicted book. I'm on Addicted for Now, which is the 6th book.
Okay, hi, it's me from the future editing this, realizing that everything I just said was incorrect. I'm actually reading Addicted After All, which is not the 6th, but the 7th book in the series. So it's been a long week. I guess I'm tired. I'm so sorry, but I had to correct it, and I was just laughing to myself when I noticed the error. Okay, back to the video now. Bye!
Obviously, if it wasn't clear, I definitely didn't get to reading the 4 hours and 43 minutes that I was supposed to yesterday, but I decided that if I don't reach the screen time, I'm just gonna add it to the next day. So today I have to add another hour and 14 minutes, or hour and 41 minutes of reading to today's screen time, TikTok scrolling time. I'm gonna check what we have for today. Okay, so let's check out how much scrolling I did last Tuesday. I'm scared. I was scrolling on TikTok for 2 hours and 28 minutes, which really isn't that bad. So adding the 2 hours and 28 minutes already on my hour and 41 minutes. I'm gonna do some quick math, aka type this into the internet. 41 minutes plus 2 hours and 28. Okay, so today's total, I have 4 hours and 9 minutes to do. Let me restart my timer. 4 hours and 9 minutes. I have my 4 hours and 9 minutes set up. My book club, we're gonna read Better Than the Movies. So I think I might honestly order the physical copy of that because it's not available on Kindle Unlimited. So I'm like, why not just get the hard copy anyway? So I think I might order that. And as far as reading plan today goes, I think it's just gonna be Addicted for the time being, because that's the only book I have, and my next Audible credit doesn't come in until the 6th, and today's the 4th, so I have 2 days. Maybe I'll just wait for the Audible credit and then do Better Than the Movies, but we'll kind of see from there. But kind of hard when I'm doing this challenge during the work week. I don't have a lot of sit down time that I can just sit and read, so I'm definitely having to be creative with it. I do like to go for a walk like during my lunch break, and that's usually when I listen to audiobooks. Today I'm gonna go to the gym and walk on the treadmill, and I'll bring my iPad with me so that way I can read on the treadmill, and I'm like knocking out the time plus the walking. I'm 14% in this book, and so far it's still, I have 6 hours left. I'm really not that far into this book. I think I could do some solid damage if I just settle in, especially reading it on the treadmill. I'll definitely get a nice little chunk of it out of the way. So far, I'm really liking this book. I really did not like Lo when I first started this series. Like, I actually could not stand him. I did not find like any of him and Lily's books to be memorable. I like just didn't care for them as characters. And after Thrive, Lo has become like one of my favorite characters. I love him, and it's just really, really grown on me. After being in his head, after Kiss the Sky and Hot House Flower, you just like learn so much more about him and that he's not as awful as I thought he was. That was a really welcomed surprise. I'm really liking this so far. I was kind of scared to go back to the Lily and Lo perspectives since I didn't really enjoy their books that much towards the beginning, but now I'm actually having a good time reading about them, so I'm excited. I did read Thrive pretty quickly, and I'm hoping I can get through this one pretty fast as well. And I'll talk about Quicksilver in a little bit, I think after my walk, because I still need to like think about that book because I finished it last night. Worked out for like 15 minutes. I forgot that I had a call at 1, so I had to come back upstairs. I read about 2 chapters while I was on the treadmill. At least I got some steps in this morning. I'm gonna get a little like TMI for a second. I went on a walk, and I was walking back, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take my little Trader Joe's bag. I'm gonna walk into Trader Joe's. On the way back, like usually, all right, for context, I usually go on a walk during the day or like in the morning. That's when I do my audiobook, but I don't have a book because I finished the book last night. Anyways, I was gonna go with my little walk, but my stomach hurt so bad that I had to call an Uber to take me home. Like I went to Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is like a 20-minute walk from my house, and I was like, I cannot make it. I was sweating because I was in so much pain from my stomach, and that was really delightful. And that's why I need to go on the treadmill, because I needed to get my steps in. So that's why I was like, absolutely necessary, which worked out because I got to read a little bit during the day. I did finish Quicksilver last night, and I started Quicksilver in the beginning of November. I did it as an audiobook because sometimes, like with fantasy books that I'm not like so interested in reading, like I need the audiobook or else I'm never gonna finish it. And I really liked the beginning. Then I stopped reading it because it was like the holidays, stuff was going on, and I just like didn't have time to pay attention to it. And I was reading Addicted and then listening to another book, so I was like, I'm putting it on the back burner. Last week I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back to finishing it, and I think I was like halfway through, and I finished it last night, and I gave it 2.5 stars. I know people were like absolutely obsessed with it, but I don't know, it just like fell flat to me. And I hate saying that, and I want to like these kind of books so badly, like that everyone is a, oh my gosh, I read this and I loved it, and I feel like I want to be a part of the group that loves the book. But sometimes if I can't connect with it, it like frustrates me, and that's kind of how I felt with this book. I just felt like the plot was recycled, if that makes sense. I mean, like, I am a girl who reads like candy pop romance books that are essentially the same plot recycled 1,000 times. For some reason in fantasy it does not hit the same. Like I'm like, I need something so new and that I've never read before, you know what I mean? I don't know. I didn't love any of the characters that much. Girl bothered me a little, and I didn't like the main guy as much, so it was kind of like a no for me. Not sure if I'm going to continue on with the series. I didn't feel like the end was like a big cliffhanger, so I was like, yeah, I could be done. Like I was like, I read it, whatever. I also am like, my brain just doesn't work for fantasy anymore. Like it kind of freaks me out when I like don't connect with a fantasy book, because I'm like, maybe I've read too many romance books and I like can't read fantasy anymore, which is a bridge we'll cross in the future. I do want to read the next Kingdom of the Wicked spin-off book. That's like a light fantasy, so I'm gonna read that, I think, after the Addicted series. But I did want to share my thoughts on Quicksilver because I'm really bummed I didn't like it. And I kind of had a feeling I wasn't going to like it. Glad I read it. It was a little break from all of the romance and the Nightingale. So I've read like 3 different genres in the past month, which was amazing. I just ordered Better Than the Movies. I think that's what it's called. I ordered the physical copy, which I'm excited about because I genuinely haven't read a physical book in so long. The last physical book I read was Magnolia Parks, which was maybe 6 months ago more. So I'm very excited. It also was like $6, which is cheaper than the audiobook, which is crazy. I have so much work, it's insane. I still have an hour and 13 minutes on top of the 2 hours that I have to read tonight. I know for a fact I'm gonna have to add to it because it's my friend's birthday tonight and we're going to her apartment and like hanging out and going in the hot tub and stuff. And so that's taking out of my reading time. I guess it'll just all add tomorrow. I know this is all gonna build up, in like Friday night I'm gonna have to read for 8 hours straight, which is not a bad plan. I'm gonna work right now and then go get my nails done and then come back, and hopefully work will have lightened up a little bit and I can finish that up and pop in to read a little bit before I go to my friend's apartment. Okay, it's a lot later, but I got my nails done, yay! And it's 5:53 now, so it's getting kind of later. And to be honest, I know this challenge was supposed to be about replacing our scroll time, but I just spent a large amount of time scrolling. So feeling a little guilty. Probably gonna have to do this challenge again like every week. So still at an hour and 13 minutes I have to make up from yesterday, plus the 2 hours and whatever. So I'm gonna spend this like 30 minutes right now just reading a little bit. I'm left off mid-chapter, which is a really bad habit of mine. I don't do it often, but sometimes I fall asleep, sometimes I have to jump off the treadmill, you know, it just happens. So I'm gonna read a little bit right now and then get ready to leave in like 30 minutes. I actually think my iPad's kind of low, yeah, 7%. So we'll read until this dies. I don't know how to feel about Rick sometimes because he's just like so aggressive, and I know that he means well. Sometimes I'm like, it's too much. Especially in Thrive, when you're in Lo's POV and all the stuff that he was going through, I'm like, just chill. You just need to talk. Which they kind of did, but I feel like they didn't really get like everything out, especially what Lo was feeling. Just wrapped my reading up and I'm gonna go to my friend's hot tub. So packing a little swimsuit and I'll be back later. Can't guarantee I'm gonna do a lot of reading tonight when I get back, but I did read like 20 more minutes and 2 more chapters. So slowly but surely, I'm definitely not going to be able to catch up or read everything that my screen time needs for the day, but I'll try my best when I get home. I do have to wake up early tomorrow, so we'll see. It's been kind of a busy day. Work-wise, I've been strapped to my laptop since this morning and then had a little bit of a break and went down to read a little bit during lunch. And I actually finished, well, I caught up from Monday's goal to today's. So I think now in total I have about 3-ish hours that I need to read, probably more, I think 5 hours. And it's about to be 5 o'clock, so I'm gonna read for a little while. I once again left off mid-chapter. I'm gonna read until I make dinner. I think that'll probably be an hour or so. I ordered Better Than the Movies. I think I talked about that, and it should be arriving today. And I don't know if I'm gonna start it today or if I'm gonna wait. And I want to read that once I get it in. Then obviously read Addicted, because that's like my main concern right now. And then I also really want to read the new Allie Hazelwood book, which I'm a little nervous about for a few reasons. Number one, I am not Allie Hazelwood's biggest fan, okay? I read The Love Hypothesis. I didn't really like it that much. Like, I enjoyed it, but I wasn't obsessed with it. And then I read, what's the one with the vampires? What am I forgetting it? Bride. Oh, that's not even what I was thinking about at all. I knew it was one word, but Bride was not on the tip of my tongue. I read Bride, and I did not like it. It's like, okay, I gave 2 genres by her a chance. Maybe it's just not for me. I was entertained, but I was like, I just don't know if I'm going to read anymore. But then she released this new book that everyone's been talking about. And what sticks out to me the most is that I was a swimmer, a competitive swimmer. I swam throughout my entire life, and I swam in college. So I find a swimming romance really fascinating. I don't know too much about it, but I do want to read it because maybe it'll take me down memory lane. I think it'll be fun. And I think I'm going to do the audiobook of it, which I'm a little nervous about because I did the audiobook for Bride, and the spicy scenes in Bride were so crazy. I remember I was listening to it like on the highway. I'm so cool with spicy scenes. Like, they don't, like, it doesn't make me embarrassed even if I'm listening to them. It's probably because of like my Quinn audios that I'm just like straight faced, can just like listen to the most insane things. But for some reason Bride, I was like, can they hear me? So yeah, I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited and it'll be fun. And I'm excited to try swim romances. It's funny. Anyways, I think I have 3 hours or something to jump on right now. I set a timer for. Maybe I could sit in here and read for about 3 hours and then have dinner. Kind of absurd to have dinner at 8 p.m. I'm 34% into this book. I didn't really read last night when I got home, so that put me a little bit behind time-wise and also in the book because I want to finish this like soon. It's not that I like want to get through it because I'm actually really enjoying it. It's just that like you're in a long series like this, there's a part of me that wants to take it slow and enjoy every single moment of it because I know when I read a series and I finish it, I'm like, wow, I wish I would have taken my time. When it's over, and it's the saddest feeling ever and you feel like you've like lost friends. So that's how I'm like keeping that in the back of my head, but at the same time I'm also so excited to see what happens with every book. So it's a hard line to balance and I have to respect the balance. I want to keep going because also I believe the next book is about Ike and Daisy, I think. Actually don't know. I can't believe this is book 7. I feel like I haven't read 7 books. I feel like I've read 3. Anyways, Connor Cobalt, chef kiss of a man. Everyone obviously has their favorites. And that's fine. That's what makes people unique. Even after I read Daisy and Reich's book, I wasn't worried, but I was like, I feel like there might be a switch in me and I might like Reich more than Connor. No. If anything, it just solidified Connor being my number 1. Even though I'm not hitting my daily goals and it's Wednesday, I feel like this challenge has kept me accountable to read daily. Obviously, I read for fun and there's no like requirement. I do feel like knowing that I have this time limit is like when I put my phone away, like stopping to scroll, whatever. It's working as like a challenge, keep me accountable for reading, even though I do read electronically, which I feel like is kind of not the point. But I've read more in the past couple of days than I've read the last couple of weeks, whether that's the audiobook, finishing it, and getting further into this, and even reading during my downtime during work. So I need to stop yapping and read the book. Hello. So annoying, I'm sorry. It's Thursday. Oh my gosh, exciting. And I didn't film anything last night because I didn't end up reading anything because I chose to start editing this video, which was a really great idea because longer than I thought. Yeah, but right now I'm gonna go for a little break, go read on the treadmill for a bit. It's raining today, so no outdoor walks. So excited because look what came in the mail. I'm so excited that I finally have this. So good to hold a book. It's been a while. Usually I'm just holding my iPad. I'm excited to start this. I think I'll start it maybe tonight. I actually don't know about that now that I think about it because I have a happy hour work thing with my coworkers later, so I don't know if I'm gonna read. I've left off mid-chapter. I thought I was gonna stop doing that. I'm 44% in, which is crazy because I was editing this video yesterday and I saw that I was 14%. Reading 30% midweek is kind of insane for me, and I'm pretty proud of myself. So 44% in. We're gonna go downstairs, get our steps in, read our book, spend a little time away from the computer, a little break, and read. Okay, couldn't leave because I had some work stuff come up. Was walking outside and had to come back in. I was doing math and it was really hard. This is a really hard challenge to do with a job. I'll tell you that. This is not easy. I wish reading was my full-time job, but this is just my fun. I'm so behind. Thursday, I spent 4 hours and 40 minutes on TikTok. What was I doing? Okay, so that's fun. If I added from yesterday, this is so hard. I can't remember if I added it from yesterday or if I rolled it over. I definitely rolled it over. So as of right now, like 12 hours of reading that I have to do today, which is like not possible. Honestly, if I download an audiobook, I could get this done. So I think that to catch you up, yesterday I had 3 hours and 58 minutes. I still have 2 hours and 21 minutes left over, but I can't remember if that's from Tuesday or if I added yesterday's. I think it's probably from Tuesday. I don't think I got it together. I have 3 hours and 58 minutes from yesterday, 4 hours and 40 minutes from today. The reality of doing this with a job. I need to take the day off of work. I should have taken the week off for this, but maybe next time. Right, it's been some time. I actually had the best little hour. I read, I think for like an hour and 10 minutes on the treadmill. I'm 59% in this book. I just had a meeting and I have another meeting at 4:30 today, which is so insanely late for a meeting. I don't think I've ever had a meeting this late, ever. 4:30 to 5. And then right after that, I likely have to get in the car to go to a happy hour. So not a lot of reading will be going on, unfortunately, this evening. I'm sleeping in tomorrow. I don't have an early morning workout, which is so exciting because I'm so tired. And maybe I'll stay up a little bit and read a little bit more because I started to pick up, like obviously these books are really exciting to me, but more action is happening, things are happening. I'm really proud of how much I read in terms of percentage-wise and plot-wise in this book today, and I'm so happy because I just really love this series. I don't know if I could say it's like my favorite series I've ever read, but I'm really into it now and I like care about all the characters. It's taken me 7 books to get to this moment, but we made it here finally, and I knew that this was gonna happen. I knew that going into it, and I knew when it was like the first couple of books, I was like, this is just gonna hit later on, and I knew it would. I still have an hour and 13 minutes and 50 seconds left over from like probably 2 days ago. So maybe I'll download an audiobook and listen to that while I'm working. There's no really guarantees there, but that is probably a good idea. Maybe I'll do that. I'm gonna like flip a coin and see if that's a good thing to do. I do wish that I could stick more to the challenge, but I'm trying my best. I'm reading more than I really usually do, and I think that I can be happy with that.